Got those. Oh, it's got a knot in it. That's no bueno. Gotta fix that. This one side already has duct tape on. I've had these headphones for like 2 years. They somehow, some way, made it this long, man. But yeah. All right. Let's see here. You know what? Clean up that little smudge right there. Yeah, get that all fixed. Okay. Now we're good. Let's see. Turn on that live chat, of course. Holy crap. Yo, a lot of people just poured in. You guys are crazy. Oh my gosh. Hi, hey. What's up, guys? How's it going? Let's see. How am I? I'm doing pretty good. If you haven't been able to tell, I haven't uploaded that many videos for the better part of the last like week because just wanted to take some time, just relax and such. You know, I already put out like a ton of videos, just hit 6,000 recently, and I'm like, for once in my life, I need to just relax and rest and get some sleep and fix my sleep pattern because how much I've been putting out. You know, been doing so from the better part of like the end of last year until like beginning February. So I'm like, just gotta relax a little bit. So don't be discouraged or anything. Still plenty of stuff to go back and watch, and you know there's gonna be more coming. So uh yeah, relaxation is the best sensation. Yeah, for sure. What's up, DK? How's it going, man? Uh yeah, let's see here. Season 6. I will talk about that at the end of this reaction, but of course gonna get into the episode. I know a lot of you guys have seen it. If you have seen it, don't spoil it. Been avoiding the internet per usual, you know. Um but yeah, we're gonna get into this episode reaction and such. And then after this, you know, I'm going to get into some stuff about season 6 because obviously some info about some things dropping, and I definitely have some thoughts on it. So, yeah, but I'll save that for the end of this. This isn't going to be really, really long, but yeah, do you still like orange juice? Orange juice is amazing, man. Orange juice is probably the best juice, in my opinion. Seconded by like apple juice and then grape juice. But yeah, juice in general is awesome. I like drinking a lot of juice and Gatorade, but uh, yeah, what are your thoughts about? I'll talk about that at the end of the video. Like all season 6 stuff, I'll talk about at the end of it. But we're gonna get into the episode first things first. So yeah, let's see. No rush, take your time. You've made 6,000 vids, you deserve it. Silver, I appreciate you understanding, and of course, just cranking like a ton. But you know, giving you guys some time to go back and watch the videos also, because I know when there's like I'm putting out like 6, 7 videos a day. Sometimes people can't watch all of them, you know. So given like about a week to just go and anybody who hasn't seen certain videos, go back and enjoy some videos and such. You're looking for a certain battle, odds are it's here. I do all the 1v1s, you already know. Whenever there's a bay that's introduced, I do all the 1v1s so you know how strong it is. But yeah, keep up the good work. Thanks so much, David King. I definitely appreciate it. But yeah, guys, without further ado, we're going to get into this episode reaction. So, number 47. It's honestly, I saw like a little bit of Illinois video, but I didn't watch it. Okay, I watched like some of it so I could get some ideas and such. But I didn't see like the whole thing. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't like spoil myself, but then I watched some of it. But yeah, I'm sad honestly that Superking is coming to an end because series wise, like Bay wise, I love the recoil with them and how strong they are for sure. And granted, I know with season 6 they're not gonna hold back with it at all. But I gotta save that for the end, you know. So uh yeah, unnecessarily correcting myself. I do that all the time, man. Like yeah, it's all good. But anyways, let's get into it. So see what the heck happened in season well not season 60 with episode 47. I know we're getting towards the end of this, so I'm just wondering who's gonna be like the top four. Well, obviously Lane and Shu are gonna be in it. Hikaru and Hugo are gonna be in it. Besides that, it's honestly up in the air who I think is gonna be in it. I mean, I'm thinking like because Vault and Iga, because that plot armor, like I'm thinking like Vault, Iga, Drum, one of those teams is probably gonna make it in the top four. Like I'd say probably Vault and Rantaro, and then after that, it's so hard to pick like who would make it besides that because they're so strong. Like all of them are such strong teams, and I know it's not just me at this point. There's definitely still protecting these characters. Like the turnout is like, you know, tag team, they help get like a burst or they help get a KO or something like that, but they're still making every single one of these characters really, really strong. So, yeah, gonna give his thoughts. Yeah, on season 6, I'm gonna give my thoughts at the end of this. So, for now, we're just gonna get into the actual episode, but at the end, I'll give my thoughts on season 6. So, yeah, William, patience, it'll happen at the end. But Yeah, like I've said, they've been protecting all these characters big time. It still feels that way even with these tag team battles, which is why I'm glad they've honestly done it this way. So yeah, and I'll get into that more at the end of this too. But here we go. All right, man. Here we go. And you might hear my kitty. My kitty's in heat. So yeah, Snowball. So if you can hear him meowing, that's what it is. All right, so they're showing the bracket right now. Hey. Okay, no ads, dang it. So yeah, Lane and Shu are at the top. Besides that, like it's a lot of teams having 2 points, and what is it? Free and Cisco, I think, are the only ones that really, well, they're the ones that really have to get a win, I believe. Let me look at this chart again. Yeah, Cisco and Free are the only two that have 1 point. The only team that has 1 point. Besides that, everybody else has two. So the turnout with this next battle can decide like everything, honestly. So, uh, yeah, dude, they're all tied at two. That's crazy. But it shows how much they've been hyping up and protecting all these characters and such. They're showing their big time power with it, and that's one thing I really appreciate about this season. It definitely felt like more of a like nostalgia season while showing how strong all these characters are gotten, but also protecting them. It's weird to explain because with season 6, they don't want to make anybody look bad because a lot of these characters can return for season 6. Hikaru and Hyuga talking, they're going to train, I guess. Rika, Chuck, and Gunner just looking over, smiling, and having dialogue. Cisco's talking with Free standing up. Cisco's just smiling because he knows Free's probably going to. Oh, he's not going to train. He's getting juice. My boy's getting some juice. Is it apple? I think there's an apple on it. See, Free even knows what it's about, man. He's remembering back when he met Hikaru and Hyuga and seeing their flair. Like, the way they built up flair, they haven't really, like, besides Lane, Hikaru, and Hyuga, nobody else has gotten that big time term of flair. You know what I mean? Like, it hasn't shown really for them. Like, this shows big time power, but not like the flair like they have. And I feel with this next season, they can have a lot of these characters return and focus on that flair. Like, Vault finding his true flair. Same thing with Iga, same thing with Drums, same thing with a few characters. So, yep, and here she is. I knew it. She's gonna show up. My kitty. How kitty. The Snowball. Look how big she's gotten, guys. Like she's a full grown cat now. She's like 7 months old now. So yeah. Hey, how are you? I know you're in heat, and I love you. But yeah, she's just chilling. She's a sweetie. But she's grown a lot. Remember when she was a kitten? Like I'm sure some of you guys probably remember, but yeah, this is what she looks like now. She's gotten big. She's honestly even bigger than my chihuahuas at this point. Like they're small dogs, but like she dwarfs them now because she's just grown so much. And I don't even think she's done growing, so she's probably gonna be able to beat them up or something. So they better not try her or anything. But yeah, so if you hear any meowing in the background, you know it's her. But yeah, all right, here we go. Twin limit break, okay, and showing that off. Just that they got the burst on both of them, dude. That was wicked, man. I think it's the first time that Longinus has bursted like that in this. Then Free Smiley. He's remembering just how much they've gotten so strong. Like how they got so strong. Yo, his eyes. He had blue in his eyes. I don't know if that was like an animation error or what. We haven't really seen that. Now Hikaru's speaking. Yeah, Hikaru and Hyuga having dialogue and they're battling. Beard got shorter. Yeah, I shaved it. Like it was getting too long. I'm like, eh. I'm trying to have a beard, but not like a full out crazy like big Amish beard or anything like that. Like Beyblade's a burst is the one with the huge beard. I'm not gonna have a big beard. I'm petting my kitty. Remembering the feud between Cisco and Hyuga. That was hilarious, dude. Just how upset Hyuga got. Oh man. Like I like the development they've had for the twins with this season. It felt a bit more like Hyuga got a little bit more development, but Hikaru did as well, you know. Oh, Free. Okay. I'm pretty sure. Well, so Free and Cisco are having a dialogue and they're battling and such. He said something about their twin limit break. Pretty sure he said that their twin limit break has gotten so strong, Satan's defense alone will not be able to beat them. And then Cisco kind of looked like, ugh. But yeah, Free's just saying as it Free's real, you know? He sees their potential and how far they've come, even since he met them. It's like, Free, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, that's why we're a team. We're going to work together. I wonder what exactly he said. Hi, kitty. I gotta pet her. She's meowing a lot. So yeah, I'll pet her and also watch it. So you guys can see the kitty too. You can see Snowball. Are you gonna watch it with me? Are you really watching? I think she is. You wanna watch? Okay. All right, I'm watching the stream with the cat. All right, man. Battle time. Oh man, Rika's fangirling over Free. You went down. Okay, I'll put you down. She's like, okay, I'm ready to just chill out. So Hikaru and Hyuga versus Free and Cisco. This is really gonna decide it, honestly. I mean, if the twins win this, they're gonna be in the final. If they win this, they're in the final. Wait, does that mean everybody? Does that eliminate it? Wait a minute. Does that eliminate everybody? Ranjiro and Iger are talking in the crowd, and the drums all hyped up on the side. It's a dog, yeah, my little pupper. it's a cat dog, yeah. Lane's looking out too. About their flair, and Shu's looking over. Alright, man, what mode is he gonna put Fafnir in? Absorb mode. Alright. So he's gonna maybe go more on the defensive with this. And they hit each other's knuckles. They can see their resonance too. Cisco's hype. Free. Free's looking up. He's looking up at Vault. They just communicated telekinetically for sure. 3, 2, 1. Go shoot! All right, here we go, dude. Satan and Fafnir versus Helios and Hyperion. Hyperion looks like it's going to take the center first. Maybe. EK, Hyperion! Hits Fafnir. Fafnir sped up. Stole that power from it. Helios! Chasing after Fafnir. And hits it. All right. It's a way to counter Free taking all the power from Hyuga. That's why it's nice having a left and right rotation bay. They're both hitting Fafnir. That way he can't steal their spin that much. At least, like, Helios is neutralizing that. EK! But you know Cisco has a big-time plan. Rantaro's getting hype. But Vault's looking really close. He's like, what are they up to? Free's just sitting there, man. He's so calm. But classic Free. Now what? I think they waited for the perfect moment. Now! Fafnir used Satan. Yo, it hit Satan and made it speed way up. And it used the universe driver at the same time. They waited for this close a timing for it. And just hit Helios into the wall, activating its gimmick. So they can't use the limit break. They can't use the twin limit break. That was clever. That was very clever. Free looks into the details that close. That close, man. So that way they can't use their ultimate attack. Freeze made it where Helios' gimmick activated already. He's so clever, dude. It's like to tell he's an older veteran for sure. Now Satan's hitting Hyperion, and Fafnir's hitting Helios. Same spin, wearing down their spin, speed, and stamina. Makes sense, man. So they can't steal spin. So it's the same spin battle. They're trying to wear them down. But Vault, like, yeah, he's remembering when Free looked up at him right before this battle started. Fafnir's hitting Helios hard, dude. Walt's kind of shocked. Satan's still hitting Hyperion. Uh-oh. Helios! Hikaru's not playing around. His flare. What? What was the name of that move? Hang on. That was a new move. I gotta listen. I gotta listen to that. It had to have been a new move. It wasn't Limit Break. That hype, though, and that flare. Volcano Buster? That's kind of what it sounded like it was. Volcano Buster? Or something like that. And hit Fafnir and sent it back. Ooh! Sending Fafnir back. And now Helios is going straight for the 2. Uh-oh. Helios Volcano and Curse Satan. Oh, Satan's out. Oh, they both went out. Helios and Satan both did. He's like, it's up to you. Volcano bound. Okay, that makes sense. Here we go, dude. Hyperion! Can you do it, Hyuga? Can you get it? Uh-oh. There's the sprite. Limits are breaking! Bang! Activates it, sends Fafnir out. Ooh! So that's it. Free and Cisco are done, bruh. They're still okay. Yes, they went down with this battle, but it still feels like we haven't seen the limits of Free's power or Cisco's power for sure. They tried to come in with strategy because with these tag team battles, it's not just about raw power. It's about when you hit the right move at the right time with this. And it showed for sure. Free and Cisco had a great game plan, but Hikaru wasn't happening. He wasn't having it at all. So he managed to get Cisco out of the way, and then it was just down to Free. And it was down to down to Free and Hyuga. And Hyuga used the Limit Break Burn at the perfect moment and used it just like how Lane used Limit Break the End to KO opponents and send them out. That's what he just did to up that attack. And as soon as it activated, send Fafnir out. And it was only a ring out. It wasn't like it was a big time burst. There's still, even at this stage, even at episode 47 with this season, still feels like they're protecting a lot of the characters. It's just team battles, and that's the way they're getting through it, you know? Because a team battle is a whole different a whole different ball game than a full out 1v1 battle where you're using your absolute limits of power. You know, but yeah. All right. So they just got another point. So yeah, they're in the final. So that's 3 points. So they got to be in the final. Hi, Snowball. Lane's looking out, and his flare is crazy glowing, dude. He's like, we got it, Hikaru. He's talking about Helios. Like he's gotten that strong, huh? Now they're taking them seriously. So yeah, Hikaru and Hyuga now have 3 points. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Okay. So with that, they got... Is that it? So that was the decide... Plot twist. It's not 4 teams that are in the final bracket. It's 3. Because, yeah, with this, since they got 3 points, I guess since Vault and Rantaro put up like the out of all the 2 points, they put up the best effort that they're still in it. You know, because the other teams put up great performances, but I guess Vault and Rantaro, just how they work together, put up that little bit much more than the other teams did. So that means, yeah, Cisco and Free are out. Drum and Louie are also out, and Iga and Ranjiro are also out, dude. We're down to the final 3 teams, so they're going to have probably, what, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. We got 5 episodes left, so maybe there's going to be like a fun, maybe they have a fun filler episode, who knows? Just cuz. And then we got to see like probably one 1v1 battle, another 1v1 battle, maybe another filler, and then the final. Or unless they have the final be like 2 episodes, which you can kind of imagine that maybe it be that intense where it is 2. And then they have it where it goes to like, maybe with this final bracket, it goes to like 2 points. You have to get like 2 points or something, or maybe it's 3 points, you know, more points that you got to get. But yeah, what filler? I mean, who knows? Like some moments where we see like some fun moments with like Drum and Louie, Free and Cisco and Iga and Ranjiro, you know, all talking and such. But yeah. Um, but yeah. So probably we're gonna see like 2 1v1 battles. Well, not 1v1s, you know what I mean, like 2v2 battles. Like one team versus another team, then the other team against another team, and then deciding who's in the final, and then the final maybe being 1 or 2 episodes. Uh but yeah, dude, honestly not even upset about that. Cause with how they've done this, I'll get into it more actually. I'll get into it more at the end of this. Let's just we got like a minute left. So yeah, they're all out. That's crazy, dude. Ranjiro and Drum are both like, we're out. Ah. And they're celebrating. Free's looking up at Vault like, so this is what you mean about them, huh? Vault said Free. They're such close friends that they could just read each other's minds by looking at them. That's the crazy thing. All right, so we see Rantaro and Vault and Hikaru and Hyuga. Seems like they're all going to bound together. Oh, Shu and Lane training. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, okay. So we're gonna get Vault and Rantaro versus Lane and Shu. Ooh, it's time for that battle, man. That's gonna be a good one. But also, Shu pulls Lane out of the way. Like Shu's taking the reins. You know, Lane's not gonna have that. Oh man. Uh-oh. It's like a team where they have an overwhelming amount of power, but also there's starting to be a fracture in it because we've all known like the combination with them has been interesting because it's just full out raw power with them. They've gotten along to this point because they're both such powerful genius bladers. But now they're starting to butt heads a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see how this ends and plays out. Lane's looking at Shu. I wonder if the next episode he's gonna figure out just what Shu's doing. I got a little thought. I got a little bit of thought. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be an intense battle, dude. And we get to see the match between Vault and Shu since season 2, like the true full power one. Oh, it's gonna be awesome if they do it that way, you know. But they're still protecting a lot of the characters and such. Okay. So quite a few things to get into this, just talking about it. So I'll probably be on here for maybe, you know, like 10 minutes, just discussions and stuff, and then obviously, like, you know, questions from you guys. So, big time thoughts with it. Overall, it's what I've thought before. They're protecting a lot of these characters. Like, doing this 2v2 format really does protect them, because in that case, you got, like, them working together, and their combined powers really is what decides the battles, and then it comes down to a certain bay or such, you know. and they've still made them look strong even when they've been defeated. There's hardly been any big time bursts. There hasn't been any points where it's like, oh, they just got completely demolished. Well, besides maybe Louis being a savage, but that's Louis. But at this stage, even they've still built up all these characters. It's not like, oh man, they just got absolutely thrashed or whooped or anything. It's just how the bracket went. They had the most points, and then they made it. And that's one thing that I honestly really enjoy about this season is that this season's been a season about nostalgia a bit, because having these characters come back, like introducing three new characters, that obviously being Hikaru, Hyuga, and then Lane being the antagonist for this season, but then bringing back older characters and hyping them up big time, because we haven't seen that interaction with, like, say, Drum and Louis before this season, even Drum with Free, and like all these characters seeing one another after this time, and then how strong they've gotten. And that's one thing I really enjoyed about this season, is that they've showed us all these different places. They took us down memory lane with a lot of these different places and brought these characters back. And the cool thing about this is that at the end, like with season 6, they could bring back more characters, because how they've ended this, none of them have been absolutely obliterated or anything, besides like the few breaks that happened with this season, which happened to be Ranjiro, who's still made a very strong showing in this. He had some big time comeback swag and put up a really, really good fight in this tournament. Even after Ragnarok got broken, the Twins, it's a given. They got their upgrades and they're in the finals. They're in the final bracket. It's just like it's been that season where they've hyped up these characters. The new characters, shown them get really, really strong. The older characters, how strong they've gotten and that they've still got it. And, showing that they're true legendary bladers. That's one thing I really loved about this season, and even going down memory lane with it. And with the next season, they can introduce a few more characters, have some more come back and take us down memory lane, but then things getting that much more devastating. So I'm going to get into like my thoughts on how this is going to end, and then I'll get into the season 6 stuff. So how this is going to end. So we got Vault and Rantaro, we've got Lane and Shu, and we've got the Twins. All left in the final battles. We're getting Vault and Rantaro versus Shu and Lane in the next episode. Who's going to win it is honestly up in the air. I think it's big time up in the air. Leaning a bit more towards Lane and Shu, just because Lane, like Vault, has not defeated Lane. So it's going to be an uphill battle for Vault. With this. He's managed to beat Shu in the past, but he hasn't defeated Lane. So I might have to lean it towards Lane and Shu a little bit with this one. And the Twins, whoever faces off, like, it's probably going to be Vault and Rantaro versus the Twins for that second battle, And then after that, I can see the Twins winning that one. Maybe they actually manage to get the burst over Ragnarok and Valkyrie. And then we see that, like, that's how they got in big time strong, being able to burst Valkyrie. And then after that, we get the final battle. Then it's going to be Vault. Well, not Vault. And, Rantaro, they'll be out at that point. But it'll be the Twins, Hikaru and Hyuga versus Lane and Shu, which is how they probably built it up to this point. And then the Twins taking it in this, and then kind of being the quote-unquote strongest tag team. And that's not saying any of these individual characters or anything aren't that strong. It's just that Twin Limit Break as a combined special move is that strong. It's the power of two bays that are the protagonist bays that are Limit Break bays being the ones to do it. And it makes perfect sense for them to go over and win this and be the winners at the very end of this season, So, yeah, maybe with it, maybe in the final, Shu's finally able to get through the lane. Maybe he's able to. And then we see Lane turn good. That would be pretty cool, honestly. I would not mind seeing Lane as a good character. If not like a good character, at least like an anti-hero. Because I want to like him. His design is really, really awesome. It's just the fact that he's been evil and only caring about his residents and breaking other Bladers' bays and not giving a crap being the absolute strongest. And then at this point being like, yeah, I defeat everybody. Now what am I fighting for? Not really having meaning behind it besides like, limit to break the end. And showing he has the ultimate resonance. You know what I mean? So yeah. If Lane and Shu win, they will probably go straight to the finals. Yeah, odds are they win this. They go straight to the finals, which is why we have to have Vault and Rantaro versus the Twins to decide who's going to face them in the final, So, yeah. Let's see. Lane will win because of plot. Because let's see. I saw the spoilers. Final episodes. Hyuga and Hikaru versus Lane and Shu. I mean, it makes sense because how they built it up. It's going to be that Hikaru and Hyuga versus Lane and Shu in the final. So odds are Lane and Shu win this next battle. It's a dogfight, but they win it. But then the twins have to face off against Vault and Rantaro for that last spot. And then they finally big time go over with this because they take out Vault and Rantaro, and that shows like that right there will show just how strong they are as a tag team. And then Lane and Shu, and then it's gonna be probably Shu diverging. Well, Lane figuring it out and Shu diverging, and then trying to take them both on again by himself and maybe just whoop them. But it's not gonna be gonna be that easy because it's gonna be using Limit Break at the end, and it's not gonna be strong enough to take on the twin double strike, like the twin limit break, So that's how they're going to really go over with this. The big question is Lane really going to turn good after this, or is he still going to be evil? I mean, I'd love to see it if he became even like an anti-hero and he kind of becomes good, and maybe he trains with Shu or something. But yeah, the wildest thing would be if there's a break in this finale. Because they haven't had one for this long. So it would be really wild if TT's just like, don't get too comfortable. You might know how this is kind of going to end, but it's going to be a little more devastating than you think. And imagine there's actually a break with this. You know how insane that would be if TT's just like, we're having a break happen now because it's going to be one of our favorite characters' days. And that'll be really, really sad. I can't see it being Valkyrie, though. The wild thing? It would be crazy if TT just pulled a crazy swerve at the end of this, and they're like, Lane figures it out, and then he goes after Spriggan. And he's like, I've had enough of you, Shu. And then just goes ballistic. The craziest thing they could do is if they have Spriggan break. Will they do it? I hope not. But if they did, it'll be like, holy crap. They're like, yeah, don't sleep on it just because it's the end of this. But yeah. Let's see here. I don't know, but I think Hikaru and Hyuga might lose in the finals, like Vault Story. Who knows, honestly? With how season 1 was, who knows? Maybe anything's up in the air, but I could see Hikaru and Hyuga going over this and being hyped up as like the strongest tag team. That'll make full sense, and then have them come back with like the next season. Like I said, the next season, the characters I could definitely see return are all 5 protagonists thus far. I'm going to talk about season 6 in a second. I know you guys are chomping at the bit for what I'm going to say with it. I'll talk about that in a second. But, like Vault, Aiga, Drum, Hikaru, Hyuga, I could see them all come back in the next season. At least for sure, like Free, Shu, and Louis, I could see coming back in the next season. Even Lane, how much they've hyped up Lane and how much development they've had with him and all these legends that he faced. Wouldn't mind seeing Lane in the next season, just because how strong they have made him. It will make no sense if they don't have him as a part of this. You know what I mean? But yeah. And then leading into season 6. So now we've got the segue to what I know you guys have been waiting for me to talk about. Season 6 stuff. So, yeah. Lane is very disappointing in my opinion. He kind of just reached, well, not so much his peak, but like the peak of what they could have done with him. Because he became like literally the man to beat because nobody's defeated Lucifer at the end, became the man to beat. Literally only Shu beat Variant Lucifer, and then he got an upgrade so he could beat Shu. And then it seems like Shu's been standing right next to him so that he can kind of match his power and even learn from him. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, that type of thing. And staying right close to Lane because 1, he can keep an eye on him. 2, he can get strong. Like stronger and kind of matches power. So yeah, bro, relax. I am relaxed, man. I'm just explaining things, because there's reason behind it. But yeah, what do you think of the original Beyblade movie, like the OG Beyblade? I haven't seen much of the OG Beyblade season, like the plastic gen. Honestly, I gotta go and watch them. But yeah. Let's see here, Bell. Okay, I know you guys only talk about season 6, so I'm gonna get into it now. All right, season 6, the Korokoros. Have I seen them? Yes, I have seen them, people making videos of them and such. So there's 2 things I really wanted to see with season 6 because we've got 5 protagonists already. You guys know I've been saying this for like the better part of what? the last 7, 8 episode reactions and such, and even the videos I made, there's two things I would really want to see with it. That being, if there's a new protagonist, one, either it's a female protagonist, or two, we have kind of an evil protagonist. You know? Well, like female characters, yes, female characters want to see that too. But either like a female protagonist or a kind of evil protagonist, something that's a little different than what we've seen before. And with this, uh, we're gonna get into it. Have you heard of? Yes, guys. I know you said the name a lot. I've read it. Bell. So let's see. Sakio in season 6. They're not gonna have a crossover like that with season, like with Generations. They just don't do that. But yeah. Um. But Bell. This man's name is Bell. The Koro shows literally a Beyblade that is sitting on the very, very top of all the other bays. One bay. Then you see a guy sitting there with his hand on his cheek with glowing red eyes, and that is Bell. Bell seems like he's being set up if TT does this. Like, at least an anti-hero. Like, we're talking about further than what they did with Iga, because Iga, remember that he was corrupted with the power from Phi? He became an anti-hero because he was still a protagonist, but he was sitting there trying to just gain power and then destroy the opponent's base, which he did with Valkyrie, and then he tried to do so with Hades and then got whooped and then, had a rematch and still lost the rematch and then lost to Phi and then became good after Achilles, was broken and he was free of that control. But it seems like Bell's going to have an even crazier hold than that, like, around him. Like, he's going to be a big-time anti-hero because literally they're hyping this guy up as the Demon King. The protagonist of the series is the Demon King? That is the most anti-hero-ish stuff ever, and that already makes me so hyped about this season because it's already like, what are these guys' motives? Like, they're gonna have him as like an anti-hero but like a protagonist, so imagine other characters meet him and they're like, there's something about this guy, like he has potential. And the coolest thing would be if he ends up being the evil at the end, like this protagonist, this anti-hero protagonist that's kind of evil, just gets stronger, and then it's like sometime through season 6, he fully turns. And we get this evil that we deserve. The Demon King literally having other bays below him. This is some Lightning El Drago-esque stuff, people. Remember in like Metal Fusion where they had, like, who was it? Rudero? He had a vision and all the other bays were standing below El Drago that was spinning at the very, very top. Like, bro, we're getting those vibes with this. And then imagine him being a genius blader like how Lane is because he's a protagonist, but it's beyond what anybody could ever imagine for him. And then he goes from being like a full-out kind of anti-hero protagonist to being the antagonist, man. Literally, he turns from just being like kind of a tweener to the absolute evil at the end of this. That would be insane and amazing, man. But yeah, I just hope with season 6 we see these characters come back. Like, imagine Bell being that absolute peak and the evil behind this. Like, there's a bunch of plot twists with him. Like, there's a bunch of people that are backing him and that have noticed him throughout the season or such that have been in the shadows for a long time, and then that's how we could see these evils return, Focused on Bell and his story and such, but then had the other protagonists come back, and then towards the end, Bell's motives becoming more evil than the protagonists coming together, maybe everybody else coming together too, because how they've hyped up Waki and such, you had him battle with Wyvern once, How are you going to leave him out of the next season? So they're going to be like a Rio type of thing where he's still going to be the commissioner with the next season, but then maybe that scene that we saw with all these legendary bladers around this table, we get something like that with the next season. Because then Wakia sees just how strong he's getting, and then he calls everybody together. And that'll be sick. And imagine all the battles that could happen and the characters they could even bring back. Like I said, besides the protagonist, besides Vault, Iga, Drum, Hikaru, and Hyuga, besides possibly probably Shu, Free, and Louis, Honestly, top four, I'd say five. Yeah, five Gwen and Delta, still all of them because it'll be amazing seeing them there. Lane also with this because of how much they hype this up. The Snake Pit is going to return, if not fully return, like heck, even remnants of it. You know, like Ashton or Theodore, the man behind the Snake Pit. That'll be good enough. You know what I mean? Like literally Ashton or Theodore and his remnants of the Snake Pit. That would mainly be who would be the strongest blader that would be left in the Snake Pit. Boa honestly left because Boa like turned good. Who else? Like Norman seemed like the only one that kind of stayed evil that was really really strong. You know, because he had twin nemesis. Norman come back with Ashton. That would make full sense. And then Eval, who's left with him? Like maybe the Count Knight. I don't know if they'd have it if they make it where like the Count Knight would return or if Kyle would return. People would want Kensuke to return more than Kyle. If they brought Kyle back over Kensuke, you know how PO'd people would be? Like how triggered people would be at that? Like they'd pick Kensuke for sure. Because how many people want to see that? But yeah. Um and then for like for Drum, definitely Arthur. He doesn't seem like he turned good. Then yeah, the Remnants of Hell. And honestly, just all of them coming together and having one crazy mind that could literally do anything. And imagine if they take control of Bell. This dude is literally a demon king. He's being hyped up this much to being this strong as an anti-hero, and we haven't even gotten the season yet. They're pulling a lane with this, man. They're pulling a lane as in like hyping up this kid, but with Lane they hyped him up literally throughout the show. TT straight up with the pictures like Demon King, Bell, all the bays being below him and such. With a picture. A Coral picture, and we haven't even seen the show. I can't wait for this season, dude. This season's gonna get nuts. This is gonna get really, really wild, dude. But yeah. And even seeing Illinook's video, this thing about the system, it would make sense if it's like a mixture of like what they did with GT and Superking, like the format for it. So say they have like a layer weight, they bring back like kind of the layer weight system that they had with GT, but then also the chip system that they had with Superking. So they combine that. So you know you have like maybe like a chip and like the actual chip and then the core for the chip, and then you have like a layer weight with it. Then you have the base, and then you have like you could put a chassis on it, or yeah, you could put a chassis on it, and then like the driver or such. But then they just have different chassis and stuff. They think of a different name for how the layer gimmick is and such, and that being the new thing because it's about like over time they just add more detail and more customization with the base. You know, it shows big time, like how they did with GT, Superking bringing out that much further, and then this next season bringing it out that much further. That's how they could do it, you know? Because, I mean, you think about it, you have the core, you have the actual chip itself, you have a layer weight, and then you have the actual layer base. That's 4 parts that you would have for a single layer, you know, with this system. And that's definitely the most customization, even for just a layer, you know? And then you got to think about like if it has a double chassis, if it has a single chassis, the parts that come with it and stuff, all that, you know. So big time customization with that. Definitely going down that route. I wonder if they're gonna go kind of down the route of like the limit break bays, where some bays will get stronger as they battle, or they stick with like some limit break system type things. Who knows? We'll see how it goes the next season, but these bays are gonna get heavier. They're gonna hit like absolute tanks, and these bays start beating out how strong Superking bays were, that's going to be scary. Because, yeah, all I know is down the line, we see any of these bays battle like stock and they just like obliterate Rage Longinus. Bruh, it's going to be crazy. But, yeah, let's see here. Julian is 18 years old. Let's see, Bell okay now we're naming marshals. Joey and Tyson are the same. What's your favorite moments in Shogun Steel? Well, those are mainly like old gen questions, but like Shogun Steel in general, I enjoyed the series and how much it switched up things. But yeah, you know, let's see. I'm also trying to answer everybody's comments. Don't think I'm skipping over your comments or anything. It's just one person trying to read too, and also give my thoughts on things. Let's see. Thoughts on Death Solomon Ram Booster 24. I want to buy Solomon. I think it's a cool release. The driver could be better though. I'm glad they're doing Death Solomon. Honestly, it's a re-release of Death. I've only seen one thus far, and it's one of the prize bays. That's the Ebolos. So I'm not even upset about that. The Solomon chip, definitely glad about that because you can only get it with the rare bay Solomon, and that thing's like impossible to get. So that's a really, really nice release, honestly. Um, let's see. It comes with a 2B chassis, a recolor for that. And we've only seen one of those, so that's also really, really nice. The metal drivers, so like Metal Excel, Metal Defense. I think this comes with Metal Fusion. At first, I thought it was going to be like they're going to make the tip out of metal. No, the actual lock, like the top part for the bay, for the driver, like a driver right here, the lock, instead of the white plastic, it's going to be metal. My thoughts about that, I saw Zanky's video on it. I agree with him, honestly, because, like, well, at least a little bit I worry about it because, like, having the metal there, just how the locks are, they do wear down over time. It's plastic, and then having metal rubbing against that plastic, it might make where the teeth wear down over time. That's the thing I'm worried about with them. But if they make it where, like, they're not completely destroying, like, the teeth on bays, then okay, you know. Um, that is the thing I'm worried about. But granted, it will add more weight to the actual drivers themselves. So, I would have liked it if they would have put the metal at the bottom because, like, yeah, it's just like, okay, you've got an Excel, but it's kind of like Excel Dash, except it's above a Dash because I guess it's still going to have the gold spring. So it's basically like a Dash driver, but with metal on it. And granted, it's going to make it where they're tougher to burst. But yeah, just mainly the lock, like, breaking the teeth. That's the main thing I'm worried about. But like the chassis, not so much because they're thick plastic. But yeah, let's see here. I think TT's gonna make these season 6 bays, teeth in the metal teeth. Maybe they might do that. I mean, if they have like metal teeth and metal drivers, then that would eliminate the problem. But man, those bays, the bays are gonna get heavy, you guys. They're gonna get up there and wait. You think they're up there already? Like, my goodness, what's the heaviest? Like, I think like what the hollow Lucifer with some certain parts gets up to like 80 some odd grams. That's heavy. That's heavy, man. But yeah, I can see these bays being like all of them, at least stock wise, I can see the bays hitting high 60s, low 70s grams, and that's going to be insane because they're all going to hit hard. At the end of this series, can you imagine how heavy all these bays are going to be, or like whatever the evil bay is at the end? Imagine if it is like Bell turning fully evil and getting like this unbelievable bay. Imagine how heavy it's going to be, man. Like, imagine how heavy the bay at the end of this next season is going to be, the evil bay. Because they're not going to play any games. They're going to try to make it fully powerful. They got to redeem themselves, honestly, for Lucifer at the end. Like, I mean, it's good against left rotation, granted it is, but even same spin, like, you need a bay that literally is, like, ready for anything. Like, literally, like the Diablo Nemesis, the Rago of Burst with this. Have a counter for anything attack-wise, have a counter for anything defense-wise, have a counter for anything stamina-wise, and I'll spin it. So, whatever bay comes at the end of the season, I'm honestly scared of it, dude. It's gonna be insane. TT really thinks this is MFB, but it's a burst. Yeah, kinda. I mean, it's just how it goes. Over time, the bays get heavier with any series. As the series goes along, they get heavier. Spectre's the best. King's white hair for 40 looks like Goku. Yeah, it kind of does. And Spectra is also really, really awesome. 100-gram bays, dude, that's gonna be insane, man. I don't think they'll get that heavy. At least stock wise, no. Custom parts wise, we'll probably be seeing like some bays that can probably hit the 90s gram wise. But yeah, I think I'm gonna head out. Yo, Average KP, thanks so much for coming out, man. Definitely appreciate it. I'm hyped for season 6, but man, I wonder if they're gonna hire more executive producers and more regular producers to make this series more fire. I mean, this series in general right now has been really good. It's just, it felt like we reached its peak, like Lane's development wise, because then it's like he beat everybody. What can he do now? Even he realized what the heck can he do now that they have this tournament to show how strong Lane has become, and then also hype up the twins and such, but also protecting all of these characters. So yeah, heard Bakugan's dying. Is that true? I won't say it's dying. It's just LGS support really needs to get rolling with it. The cards really need to get rolling because the figures and such are amazing, and their distribution with that's been awesome. The series is going pretty well in that aspect, and even like these first episodes, but definitely they got to get the cards going because that's so important, man. It's so important, and that's the main thing we need to see for it. Because the reboot wise, the figures have been amazing, but they really need to just get the cards rolling. That is the major thing. Hopefully, don't rush the story like they did Sparking. At the very least, pace it. Uh, I don't know if it was like fully rushed because they had that development and such, and we had the characters come back in. All they could do was reintroduce them and say what they've been doing, which they basically did for all of them. Then had them interact with one another and see just how strong they were, and still protect them at this stage. But we're definitely going to get more development because with the next season, they're definitely not going to fully focus on tag team battles. It's going to be straight up 1v1s and fully show like their absolute power. We got to see like a full out God Bladers Cup like tournament because we haven't seen that in a while. And we really need to see that. Like 1v1 battles to show who's the absolute strongest. And maybe with this, we will see that. And then Belle being a part of it, of course. And then whatever characters they bring back. Like, imagine like there's Belle, like, just, I'm going to name off characters. Imagine if all these characters are in one series, man. You know, like Vault, Iga, Drum, Hikaru, Hyuga, Shu, Free, Louis, Phi, Gwyn, Delta, Jaka, Zach, Hearts, even all of them already, you know? Kensuke being a part of it. Wakia, the WBBA commissioner, being in it. All those characters in one series. You gonna tell me that you wouldn't be that hyped about that to see who's gonna be the absolute strongest out of that? That would be insane. Already just thinking about it. So, yeah, and just considering how they had this poll and a lot of characters people wanted to see come back. You know, I mean, Vault won, but I think after that it was Jaka, right? Like Jaka Excalibur came in second with that. So you know they're not leaving that out. They gotta have big time ideas because there's gonna be a lot of bays we're gonna be getting. It's a whole new season. But yeah, I do hope we get 22-minute episodes, and they definitely could do that, especially with all the development and such with all these characters. They have more than enough story to work with in these 22-minute episodes. Now, will they? Up in the air, but yeah, even the 11-minute episodes. I'm glad we're getting a season 6. Honestly, just putting that out there. Like I said, like we can get nitpicky about some things, but at the end of the day, we got to be appreciative that we're getting a 6th season. 7th season is not guaranteed. This could very well be the last season. I know it's been said before, but we never know. With how Burst is going, we're in uncharted territory, so it could be the last season. If popularity goes down, it possibly could be, and TT decides to stop, you know? But at the same time, maybe there could be a season 7, but at the same time, we gotta appreciate what we're getting now. So that's why I'm just super hyped about it. And already getting an anti-hero for a protagonist, that's crazy. That alone is gonna be like, what the heck's gonna happen here? And it could develop like the other protagonists like Vault, Iga, Hikaru, Hyuga, you know, Drum, all of them facing off against Belle. If Belle becomes this powerful, and how would he become this powerful if you bring in all these evil entities and such? Like I said, I'm not a full-out mind reader, but if any of this stuff happens, you've heard me say it in this video and such, you've heard me say it for the longest time, and it'll be like, holy crap, I'll flip out if any of this stuff happens. But yeah, just the way it's going, we have to set up for an absolute crazy, devastating season. Like, we need that world level threat. And how they portrayed Belle with this first picture hyping up season 6, it feels like we might get that big time end feel by the end of this next season. And I just even seen the picture, I got chills. I'm like, bro, this might be it. This might be it. TT's, they're not holding anything back with this next season. But yeah. Beyblade Burst might continue forever. Who knows, man? Like, time will tell, honestly. Let's see. Bring old characters back in season 6, and especially if they are fan favorites, the fans will legit hate on the new characters for beating them. Like, the way that Beyblade is, no Bey wins forever. No one wins forever. It's just the honest truth. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what Bey you make or such, there's always a counter for it. That's the beauty of Beyblade, you know? You're set up to where you're going to have losses, you know, no matter who you are or what Bey you have. And that's one thing that's amazing about the game, because there's that balance. It's one of those games that there's so much balance that there's always a counter for any single Bey that you make, you know, or that's made or anything. And that's one thing that I really, really love about it, you know. So, yeah. Let's see here. They have about 4 executive producers because the Google translation of opening credits, but in my thoughts, they need more to make it more true success. Though it's very popular. I mean, still, we're getting a season 6, and it's hype. I hope they go like the distance, at least somewhat, animation wise, with these last episodes and show that true intensity because they always do with the last episodes of the season. So we gotta see it, man. We gotta see it with this, and I feel like we're gonna get it big time because how much they've hyped up Lane, Shu in general, Vault in general, the twins now, and honestly Rantaro, because you know Ranjiro didn't make it, but you know Rantaro probably took some wisdom and some just notes from his little brother, how Ranjiro did, making the hyper tornado in the center of the stadium. Maybe he's gonna create a new special move. It's even crazier than that, and hype to see that. And just saying this, people said Rantaro was like the weakest link, or always the one that would get whooped absolutely. He's in the final bracket for this season, so we can't say that. He's literally in the final bracket of this season, man. Even seeing the struggles that he had and such, and still being a legend, they've hyped him up that much. They've hyped all of them up that much, and even Rantaro at this point. And that's one thing I loved about this season. So, yeah. Let's see here. Do 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 do. I suggest you watch the German dub. It's very funny. Is it? Maybe. Let's see here. Quick question. I'm in Tennessee. Let's see. There aren't any bladers that I know of except for one I met on the WBO. Any tips for reviving Beyblade in the community? Just talking to friends and trying to get them into it. Honestly, I live in the middle of the country, you know? Like, I got Amish neighbors. They don't Beyblade or anything, you know, and not many people even around where I live Beyblade or anything, which is why I'm so glad there's the community and such and got friends I can talk to online and stuff, you know? Because that's one thing that's tough about it. Like, sometimes there might not be people that are into that hobby or such that you're into, like, you know, Bakugan or Beyblade or such. But at the end of the day, we got the whole community here, and that's what it's really about and such. And also, just with how the world conditions are, it does not help anything at all. Even traveling is like tough. But yeah, man. So yeah, but thank the Lord for the Beyblade community, you know. But yeah, let's see here. Do you mind asking what state I'm in? I'm in New York. Yeah, cornfields and all that good stuff. um, but let's see here. None of my in real life friends are into Beyblade, so I'm always like, it's always fun chatting with friends online about it. Honestly, same. It's like a lot of my friends, they don't really get into like Beyblade or Bakugan that much. They support what I do and such, you know, but they're not themselves into it that much. A few of my friends have wanted to like learn how to play, and I'm like, yeah, I can totally show you, but it's also just being adults and working, doing a lot of stuff, you know, it makes it really, really tough. But yeah, you know, it's just how life goes. But yeah, let's see here. Beyblade is crazy popular. I see a video with 11 million views. Oh yeah, man, it's still really, really popular. Um, and I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with the next season. It's just who knows if there's gonna be a season 7. Just because we're in uncharted waters, because before this we had never even seen beyond a season 4. We just had season 5 and we're getting a season 6. So we could get a season 7, or maybe not, just up to what TT wants to do, because we're in uncharted territory. But yeah, you know, it's still successful, and I still can't wait to see what they're gonna do. Beyblade could be better than Pokemon. I mean, I know Beyblade, Bakugan, and Pokemon all for different reasons because they're all different games and they're just all amazing. So yeah, Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh. I used to be into Yu-Gi-Oh a bit when I was younger. Still seems like kind of fun, but also got kind of complicated. So I'd lean more towards Pokemon. But yeah, also just Pokemon in general, just evolving and such. Also, I'm waiting for the Nintendo Direct. Yes, I'm a big time Nintendo fan, and I'm waiting for the Direct like a lot of people are too. And I just can't wait because video games. But yeah, TT's like, let's make season 7. We can get more money. Probably if season 6 is that successful, they probably would do it. So yeah. What about dog? What dog? My dogs? No, my dogs are downstairs. They don't really climb up the stairs. They're Chihuahuas, and they don't like climb up the stairs. My cat will go up the stairs though. But yeah. Smash character reveal when? No clue, man. Honestly, I want to see Urbosa from Legend of Zelda because honestly, I have the no cap out of the champions. I really think Urbosa is the strongest, and she would be really fun to use as a Smash character because she's just a beast. She's a Gerudo beast. But yeah, man. I mean, time will tell. I know you want to see Shadow, DK, Shadow the Hedgehog, and it'd be cool to see Shadow for sure. But yeah, let's see. Rewatch Dragon Ball. Let's see when you're gonna do that. I mean, I haven't really watched Dragon Ball that big time amount, but yeah, Shozetsu is probably the most popular season in my opinion. Like at least that's tough. I'd say probably God of Revolution would probably be the. I'd say that was probably the most popular. Like it's hard because all the seasons are amazing for different reasons and they're all this level. I'd say probably just a little bit above that standard epic level would be season 2 because of how they built it up and story wise, and even with season 5 because of all the characters they've had in it and such. If they build up the story that much more and have characters return like this and show that big time power, season 6 could be up there in that level too. So yeah, all epic seasons just for different reasons. But yeah, let's see here. Do. A long time no see. It's been a while. I've never seen you. You haven't seen me personally. Well, yeah, I'm here. But yeah, I also haven't put out the many videos for the better part of last week because just resting and such. Because I've been cranking like a madman for the better part of months and even since the end of last year, and then finally kind of dying down with things I have to do and just being like, okay, I'm gonna take a little breather for like a week and let you guys go back and watch the videos because odds are there's probably a bunch of some of you guys haven't seen. And there's plenty of content to go and see. There's over 6,000 videos on here now. So, plenty to go and watch in the meantime, but more coming. I have some team tryout battles to do too. So, yeah, it's going to be really, really fun. There's some interesting combos trying out for the teams, and it's going to be awesome. Hasbro is funny. I know in all this time they were trolling their fans to make Pro Series to shock people. Hasbro's just interesting with their choices and such. I mean, that they put the metal on the drivers, definitely enjoyed that. Seems like they wanted to kind of have more of a balance with their system, like over time, which is why they made some bays the way they did. But adding more metal and weight and such is honestly a great first step. And that they're doing the Pro Series, that's amazing. And I just hope they keep up with that and we see more future waves of it because people being able to get those like Japanese like TT level bays on the shelves is honestly really great. So yeah, and I'm looking forward to the next wave. Let's see. I want you to do season 7. Well, let's see. Do season 7 going to be a Beyblade Burst All Stars? Like, I mean, I would. I don't know if I'd personally do it, but if there was a season 7, it would depend on how season 6 would end. And you guys know if they cap it off at any point. Like, I'm paying so much homage with my burst kits. The burst kits are coming, by the way. And considering there's more to work with big time than even there was with MFB. MFB had 4 seasons. I had over 300 skits I was able to do with MFB. Burst is going on to its 6th season. So you guys know there's going to be a lot that I'm going to be working with the burst skits. Just patience. It'll take time to get it all out, but you already know. So, yeah. But Beyblade Burst, well, let's see. Called All Stars. I mean, All Stars would be a really, really cool, would be a pretty cool name. I don't know if they'll name it that, but we'll see. Let's see here. Burst gets when cough this year. It'll happen this year. Probably when it gets more warm and such, because then I'll have more to play around with because there's also land out behind this house, and you guys know that I like using the big time environment with the skits. So, yeah, you'll be seeing them. Let's see here. Beyblade Burst Turbo theme song is super popular. It has over 31 million views. Honestly, out of the theme songs they've done, probably the Turbo one. Honestly, the Turbo one would probably be my favorite. The Turbo one and the Evolution one are probably the 2 best ones. The Rise one's pretty good, and the Surge one's a bop, But, yeah, definitely those 2 I'd say were probably the best. But, yeah, let's see here. Hey, Kimbo, gotta go. Maybe you'll still be here when I get back later. Boy Gamer, thanks so much for coming by, man. I'm going to end this off really soon. But, yeah, you guys got any last questions, feel free to ask them. Then I'll end this off. But, yeah, man. Also, I gotta go and watch some wrestling because Raw is on. I'm a wrestling fan too, so yeah, Raw is on, and I gotta go see that. Let's see here. Good news and bad news. Oh man, I'm here. I'm sorry to hear about that, Chase, but still, like, just stay safe and such, and wish you well recovery. You already know, and just the fact that you're sitting here and watching the videos, and watching the stream, definitely appreciate it, man. So thank you so much. I don't like how boring they made Toko in season 3. It was mainly about like his development and such. He developed more, but he wasn't on the crazy level. So he's one of the characters I'd even love to see come back. Like imagine Vault goes back and he trains Toko in this time period. If there's another time skip and he gets that much stronger, they can make a new Trident and he gets up to that point where like the legends are. That would be sick. I would love that honestly. If Toko becomes that strong. And if Nika doesn't come back with a Bay, at least put her back in the fray. Because that'd be really cool. Like seeing some of these side characters like Naru, like like Naru, um, like Nika and Toko. Just some of these side characters. Maybe them all be back together. If not like the beginning part of this, because maybe all the protagonists are separated, but towards the end even. But yeah, always want to become a producer. Got any tips for me? If I let's see, gonna become the wait next episode when I work for the Beyblade Burst Season 6 series to produce it. Oh, just think about just general storytelling. Like have your like your introduction, bringing in your characters, the rising actions, and then like where all the things start getting crazy, the climax where things just hit the fan, and then things kind of calming down, and then getting towards your resolution, and then the end. But yeah, just the general path of like how to do actual like storytelling. It's just even a concept I use with my skits, because introducing all the characters being a part of it, and then the characters all separating, coming back together, then the kind of peak being the 100th skit, and then all the craziness with Nemesis after that, and then the resolution with the final battles and stuff, and then even the same thing with my burst skits. So just how storytelling is, you can follow a little bit how my skits might be a bit, but I also like keeping things in the dark and surprising you guys with some things. So yeah. Is Beyblade going to have a crossover? If anything, after this season, maybe like they make maybe they decide like after Burst that they just make one single format for all the bays and then have some characters in it, they're all a part of the same format, like kind of how they did with Plastic Gen remakes and MFB remakes, but they're all on the same level and such, and they have the base gimmicks to the absolute fullest. You know what I mean? Like they bring back Tyson and make Dragoon into this system, like Jenga and Pegasus into the system. It would be cool if they did that, like some end game level stuff, and they just bring back characters from different worlds and they're all in one world. That'd be pretty cool. Will they do it? Who knows? But yeah, let's see. Let's see. A lot of people don't like the new Bakugan. Some people are biased towards the past Bakugan and such, which granted it was an amazing series. Honestly, there's been amazing things with this new era of Bakugan as well. Just the cards being the big time thing that needs to be fixed. But yeah. It's like how people will be like, oh, the classic gen's the best gen, or MFB is the best gen, or Burst is the best gen. People can have their opinions about whatever their favorite gen is, and that's fine. They have a favorite gen or whatever. They got their favorite gen or anything. Personally, like I didn't know much. I don't know much about the plastic gen. Like, obviously just looking up like the story and such. Really got to go back and watch the DVDs. It'll be tough to go and get the bays, and especially because some of them are probably brittle at this point. Knowing the whole story of MFB and all the bays and stuff, just growing up with it, and then the same thing with Burst. Naturally, I love Burst and MFB both, but also like the plastic gen still seems like it was really really awesome. But yeah, let's see. I actually wouldn't mind seeing a full timeline like season with Plastic Metal and Burst being all in one setting. That would be sick, and they just figure out how to make them all like kind of the same strength, or like they all converge into like one strength. You know what I mean? That'd be really cool. Burst is the one I'm the most fluent with, but I respect the other gens because you need the original to have the modern MFB. Just like MFB is just cool. Exactly. They all make a way for one another. It's like how the first gens of Pokemon made way for the Pokemon now, and even like Beyblade, even with Bakugan, they all led to this now. So, yeah, definitely love that opinion. That's a really, really great way of thinking about it. But see, I think Bakugan is for the new generation kids who didn't get a chance to play the game when it was here in '08. Well, yeah, that makes sense with that too. But even being like a fan of the original series and such, I love how they've done things with this reboot, you know. So, yeah, it's just all up to personal interpretation. But yeah, guys, however, be has battles outside of stadiums. It would be cool if Burst did that. It would be sick if we do get that at points. Who knows? Maybe this next season we will see that with Burst, but time's gonna tell. But yeah, we have Krispy Kreme in Canada now, and it tastes good. Krispy Kreme donuts are amazing, man. They're so good. But yeah, anyways, guys, I'm gonna end off this stream. Got a few videos and such coming, like I said, this week. Just decided to just take it easy and such. Probably by the middle or end of this week, I'll be picking up with the regular pattern with things, Just been having some downtime, just relax and such. I also been working, had a few days off, and I'm just like, just some time to, clear my head and just relax for once in my life, because, just cranking a lot for the better part of the last few months, even the last year. I'm like, just gonna have like a week to just chill and such. I was ignored the whole stream. No, I wasn't ignoring you, YT Demon God. If you want to ask a question or such, feel free to ask it. I try to answer everybody's questions and also read them at the same time. So I might be answering one person's question and then like 5 more pop up, and I'm just trying to read them all. It gets a little difficult. Yeah, more videos will be coming. Till then, you got 6,000 to go back and watch, and there's going to be some epic stuff, because I got 4 team battles coming, and also got some deck profiles in mind. Just did the 80th one. There's going to be more coming. And also the next episode that'll be coming this Friday. So, yeah, man. Let's see here. Great stream as always. Yo, thanks so much. No, not you. Definitely appreciate it. Back in the plastic gen, we were able to bring the toys to school until one broke and hit my friend in the face and gave him a cut. Oh, man. Your friend literally had a shoe happen to him. Yikes. Ow. Ow. I had an MFB bay. It was actually pre-Hybrid Pegasus when I was in college. Hit me in the toe and it split my toe open. That sucked. And also, anybody who doesn't remember this nice little scar right here? You see that circle scar? Some of you guys already remember it. When I had a battle, I think it was like B. Kukulkan and Nightmare Longinus battling in the Giant Stadium. Kukulkan hit my finger, and it was like the underframe or something, and it literally split my finger. I probably should have got stitches, but I didn't. I literally just put like tape on it and went to work, because I had worked literally about an hour after that. But yeah, got this nice little scar from that. So, yeah, Let's see here. But yeah, guys, gonna end it off here. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to slice that like button down below. Let me know how I did. If you're new to my channel, definitely if I don't get tongue twisted, definitely be sure to subscribe for some epic content, because I upload daily. And if you haven't already, be sure to ring that bell by my channel name to be notified whenever I upload a video. Season 6, I can't wait for the new intro. Oh yeah, that intro is gonna be sick, dude. It's gonna be awesome. I'm really hyped for season 6. And before I go, I gotta mention one more thing. The random booster. I didn't get a chance to really talk about that much. My thoughts on it: always like a special recolor random booster with these releases in February. At least the last 3 years, it's been that way. Because we got the special bays at the end of Chozi, and then we got the gold turbo bays at the end of GT, and now we're getting like the gold turbo and shadow bays with this. And honestly, this is one of the better random boosters. First year in this is the prize bay, and yes, Metal Excel. It's gonna add more weight to it, and it's still Excel. But there's a recolor for Imperial, which we haven't seen. There's a recolor for Master. We've only seen one of those. The gold Revive Phoenix. Originally, that goes for like $3,000. Thing's insane. Like, bro, and that they're doing that as a recolor. Big props to TT. Also, what base? Like Variant, Lucifer, getting a recolor for that. We've seen King Helios, so, seen a recolor for that already, but still kind of awesome. Super Hyperion, same thing. But, yeah, overall, it's definitely a better booster. It's stepping in the right direction, and can't wait to see what they're going to come up with 25, and also the releases for the next season. It's going to be wild, dude. So, yeah. So, basically, is it worth the buy? I'd say it definitely is worth the buy, because you get some really, really awesome recolors. There's some new parts with it, because Metal Excel, Metal Defense. I think there's a Quick in it, and like some other parts with it, but definitely some pretty decent parts inside of it. And also all the recolors, they look sick. So, yeah, I definitely say it's worth it. But, yeah, guys, now that I got that out of there, that's everything. And until next time, it is your boy Kimbo signing off. See you guys later. Thanks so much for watching and supporting. You guys are the GOATs. You guys are the absolute best. Couldn't have made it even this far without you guys. And also for getting to 69,000 subscribers, you guys. That's insane. That's insane. Almost at 70. I remember when I had 10. And back in freaking 2012 when I started my channel, I had 10. 69,000 people watch this channel. Going on 70,000, dude. We might hit it. We might hit it. We might hit 100K. You guys think it? You guys think this might be the year? Dude, just even think about it. You can see my eyes. Even just think about it. I told you guys if it ever happens, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna bawl. Who knows? Maybe it is. Time will tell, man. But even the fact that we got this far, thank y'all so much. Can't wait to see what the future holds, man. Episode 48 coming at the end of this week. More videos coming. All that good stuff. We're gonna end this off. So, see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Until then, stay awesome and cool. Shoot, I'm out of here.